Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. This video we're going to talk about the 1999 state quarters. That is the first year that the state quarter program was produced, and they made the Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Connecticut state quarters. And there's actually some known errors with the first quarter they came out with. The Delaware Quarter, the spitting horse error. There was also a experimental planchet they used for that Delaware quarter. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about gold-plated state quarters. Are these valuable? How much gold is in them? We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. But before we get into that, I wanted to give a special shout out to some people who have been leaving comments on my channel. Special thank you to Coin Collecting Fun. He's been watching my channel for over a year probably. He occasionally leaves comments, so I really appreciate that from him. Special shout out to Coin Boy, who left a comment recently that said great video, exclamation point. Thank you very much for that. Comments like that encourage me to keep making more videos, so I greatly appreciate that. You're also welcome to leave feedback. That can be constructive as well. If I'm mispronouncing words, please do let me know. I've mispronounced plenty of words on this channel before, and people have corrected me, so I appreciate that, and that helps me make better videos. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to move this gold-plated quarter out of the way to begin with, and we'll start on this quarter right here. So this is the Delaware Quarter. And one of the cool things about this quarter that you might not have known is that this design right here was actually credited to being produced by a school teacher. So what the Delaware, how they determined this design was that the Delaware Art Society held some open kind of auditions where people were allowed to submit images or designs for that state quarter. The State Art Board or State Art Department then chose some of those designs and submitted 3 of them to the Mint, and the Mint ultimately made the decision. But the quarter here predicts Caesar Rodney. So Caesar Rodney on a horse. Rodney was famous for his 80-mile ride to Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where he became the last person to sign the Declaration of Independence and declare freedom from England. Rodney was in Dover, Delaware, taking care of some issues with citizens when a representative sent word to him that they needed a tiebreaker in order to progress in the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So Rodney rode on horseback to Philadelphia despite a severe illness. Rodney served as the president of Delaware during the Revolutionary War. So that's a little bit of information about the man Rodney himself. Now again, it's cool that this design right here was actually submitted by a school teacher. A credit is given to Eddie Seeger, who served as an art and drama teacher at a local school. So submissions for the state coin were taken from any citizen of the state. The Delaware State Art Council issued a statement that citizens should submit their ideas for the state coin and ended up with over 300 submissions. So that's a little bit of backstory about the Delaware state quarter. We're not going to go into that much depth for these other quarters, but wanted to mention kind of the first couple of errors that are known for this one. So there's the spitting horse error, which is a common die crack that runs right along the horse's mouth that makes it look like it is spitting. Now that's a fairly common error coin out there. A more rare coin that's out there is a experimental planchet. So that one is sold for $4,800, graded at Mint State 66, and that is the Philadelphia Mint quarter, and that coin has been graded by PCGS. Now it's on a experimental planchet, which sometimes people find those when the first year that a quarter comes out or any other coin. Sometimes those experimental planchets might have been stuck in the coin hopper, or they might have been made by accident and then put into the general population of all the other coins. So keep your eye out whenever the first year a coin comes out. Now, the other quarters that are part of the series are New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Connecticut. I'll quickly get those mintages for the quarters to you, and then we'll go into talking about the gold-plated quarter. So the mintages for the 1999 quarters, start to finish. Philadelphia, there were a total of 774 million. Delaware, that was Delaware, 774 million. Philadelphia, 707 million. New Jersey, 662 million. Georgia 939, and Connecticut 1.3 billion. Then the following year, they were all in the billions for a little while after that. So the Mint really probably didn't anticipate how popular this program would be. This program really launched coin collecting back into the mainstream, and coin collecting became part of kind of the everyday public's attention. So much so that infomercials started popping up selling coins like this one right here. Now, I don't want to say it was kind of a con, but they kind of tricked people when they were selling these coins. I wasn't one of them. I just purchased this coin probably within the past year and paid about $1 for it. Now, I know it's only going to be worth a quarter, but it's a cool design and figured I could use it as a talking point for you guys. So in that sense, it was probably well worth my money. So what happened with these quarters right here? These are gold-plated quarters. Now, what happened here is that people realized the state quarter program was becoming very successful, so they started to kind of make some varieties of these coins. Private companies would take quarters like this right here out of circulation, or buy them directly from the mint, and then put a small, very, 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 very thin coat of gold on them, and then sell them on a late night infomercial and kind of like trick people into thinking that they're worth a lot more than they actually are. They're only worth probably a quarter, because the metal content of gold-plated items isn't very high. You might have seen like real famous YouTubers, they'll get like a gold-plated like play button if they reach 1 million subscribers. So that isn't going to have very much gold to it, because it's not a gold core. Gold is a very malleable metal, so you can stretch it very thin to cover items. So they stretched it very, very, very thin to cover quarters and everything else that is gold plated. So if you were to melt down the gold value in this coin right here, it wouldn't be worth too much at all. So don't get tricked into that. Probably people haven't fallen for that in many years. The quarters in general are composed, behind this gold plating, and all the other quarters are composed of a copper nickel combination. There were 804,565 silver coins for the Delaware Quarter that were produced now by the mint themselves. So those ones are authentic. Those are 90% silver, 10% copper. The average price for a single coin when they were selling those was around $5 to $10, depending on the grade of the coin. Now you can differentiate what's actually a silver coin that was made by the mint pretty easily. And that's just by flipping it over and seeing that there will be an S mint mark right there. S indicating San Francisco Mint. That's where they produced the gold coins for the Delaware State Quarter. The silver coins for the Delaware State Quarter. The gold coins are kind of fake. They're not fake, but they're not as gold as people think they are. All right, so this was kind of an introductory video. Hopefully you guys enjoy state quarters. I know I'm a super big fan of them. Really kind of brought me into coin collecting. Really piqued my interest. I remember when I was much younger, kind of going to vending machines and just hoping that I would get state quarters out of them so I could put them in my book and kind of like fill out the set. And now it's kind of come full circle. I've got another, I kind of gave all those away, then I picked them back up, and I'm getting back into coin collecting, as you guys have noticed over the past year or so on this channel. All right, everyone, take care. Have a great day. Best of luck coin collecting. Enjoy.